Hey everybody, so I have not done a video in a very long time. I believe the last time that I was on was when my youngest, Kyson, was born, and we had found out that he had hearing loss. Just to update everybody on that, his hearing is fine, thank goodness. We went through multiple testings and hearing tests. And it just seemed as though he had a bunch of gunk in his ears. And so we did his first set of tubes at 6 months old, and it seemed to have cleared everything up. He was hearing. The first night was so crazy because I remember it clear as day, and he's almost going to be 3 years old now. But my husband laughed really, really loud. And in doing that, it made Kyson like cry. He was so startled because he was not used to those extremely loud noises. So we are on our second set of tubes because after he lost the first set, they had noticed he had decreased hearing again. So fingers crossed that, when this next set falls out, he'll be fine and have grown out of that. But I figured I'd just give you guys an update. The newest news is that I have decided to pull my children out of public school. So I have a 9-year-old Bentley and my 5-year-old Aria, who just started kindergarten for the first time this year, obviously. And my reasoning behind this was that my oldest son has an IEP, struggled a lot with the learning in a public school system. And not only that, but where we live, they've closed down an elementary school and kind of combined K through 5 in this one building, and they have way too many kids. So it's not the school's fault, it's just the funding. And so I felt like my kids were better off learning at home. So I just wanted to record this because it's a learning process for me, and I feel like there's other moms out there who are just starting out homeschooling their kids, and we're in the same boat together. Message me, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up. We can get through this together. I guess the biggest lesson that I've learned so far, and we've only been doing this a week, is do not go out and buy hundreds of dollars worth of workbooks until you find out how your child works best. I got a great deal on Zuli and on some workbooks. I mean, it was a great deal. They were like half price off. I bought them. Needless to say, $200 later, my son will fight me till the end of the day and not do his work. So that just doesn't work for him. My daughter, on the other hand, doesn't mind them. She'll do them. But so for the time being, he is, 3rd grade reading and doing everything really at a 1st grade level. So we've picked up with ABC Mouse. And in doing that, they're doing well. My daughter, I bought them each a laptop online. Walmart had a great sale. I used my Ibotta. I used my credit card with cash back. So there are ways to do it without spending too much money. ABC Mouse, there's this yearly subscription, paid for that, paid for the laptops. The laptops were an initial investment, but they're going to last a couple years. And I sold all my workbooks in general to make up for that. But then there's also all of these really, really awesome links and websites and moms who blog and Facebook groups of homeschooling moms that help support one another. And they just share links of free workbooks. If your child's into workbooks, you can get workbook pages from like kindergarten up for subjects upon subjects, journals and workbooks. And I mean, the list goes on and on. So I just wanted to keep everybody updated. Don't get discouraged if you're doing homeschooling. I know I was getting discouraged at first. But we do have a great community of homeschoolers in the area, and I've really reached out to them to ensure that, I'm doing what I can for my children. And it's a learning process. The first year, I heard, can be, strenuous, and it's more of an unschooling because you have to remember that all children learn different, and you're not in a public school, so you can learn different ways. So for example, our second day into homeschooling, the workbooks just were not working. So we live up in the north in the woods. We went outside. My husband was cutting down a bunch of trees in the backyard. So what we did is we took a bunch of twigs that were from the tree that he had dropped, and we snapped the twigs and we made words out of the twigs. So we would snap them into small pieces so that we could form words. So like girl, boy, their names. And we did that for a good hour, just playing outside, making words. And it wasn't on workbook paper, but he got his words done. So there are ways. Don't get discouraged. I will try to post again soon. And let's stay connected this time. Have a good day. Bye.